Our math lesson is going to be talking about missing addends. When we think about missing addends, there are two parts, and when they're put together, they make a whole, just like we talked about last week with number bonds, except instead of taking the whole and making the two parts, you're given a whole and a part and figuring out what the other missing part is. So here are some examples of missing addends. You could have 7 plus some number equals 10, 9 plus some number equals 12, and so on. So these are just a few examples. So it gives you one of the parts. You have to figure out what other part must you add to it to get to the answer, which is after the equal sign. So let's do a little game to practice. And this again is referring to just like we talked about last week with our number bonds as well. So let's wait for our game to pop up. All right. And we're going to get started. All right, so what I'm going to do is click on a part to add to our monster, and in order to add that part, we must get the question correct. So we're going to be filling in the missing parts, or what we get when we add the two parts together. So here we go. What can we add to 1 that would give us the answer of 7? So take a moment and think about that. We've got 4 choices. Could we add 6 to 1 to make 7? What about 4? Or 7 or 5? Have you figured it out? The answer we would add to 1 is 6. All right, let's see if we can add some glasses to our monster. Here, we're giving the two parts of 4 and 6. When we put those together, what answer do we get? Take a moment. The answer of 4 plus 6 is 10. All right, let's add some hair. Here we're given the two parts, 1 and 9. When we put those together, what number does it make? You guessed it, it is 10. All right, let's go for some shoes this time. All right, we have 0 and 9. If you put those together, what does it make? Now, I'll give you a hint. This is an easy one. Anytime you see 0 added to a number, it makes the same number. So the answer is 9. All right, let's go with some eyes next. All right, here we've got to find the missing addend, the missing part. If we want to make 9 and we have 1, what must we add to it? So let's think about a few things. If we were to add 1 and 9, that would make too many. That would be 10. So the answer is 1 and 8. All right, let's add some clothes now. Here we have 5 and 5. When we put that together, what will it make? The answer is 10. All right, let's add a hat. All right, here we have 4 and 4. If we add it together, what number will it give us? 8, 6, 7, or 9? The correct answer would be 8. and it took his hair away and gave him a hat. All right, let's see. Let's go to a cupcake. Maybe he's hungry. Here we want to make 9, and we are given 3. So what number must we add to 3 that would make the answer of 9? All right, so start with your first one and see if that works. If we have 3 and we add 6 to it, let's think about what it makes. Let's start with the bigger number. So 6, and let's count on 3. 7, 8, 9, and that's the number we make. So always start with your first number and kind of work your way down. All right, so now he's got a cupcake. So now let's give him, let's try some different clothes on him this time. He wants to wear a different outfit. All right, so here we've got 5 and 1. Think about when you put those together, what it's going to make. Well, if you start with 5 and you add 1, it's going to make 6. So that is the answer we're looking for. All right, and let's see. Let's give him a friend to play with. All right, here we want the answer of 7, and we're given 2. So let's start going down the row and seeing if it will work. So we already have 2. What can we add to it to make 7? So let's start with our first number. We had 2, and we want to get to 7. So let's add 5. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We added 5 to it, and it gave us the number of 7. All right, and there is his friend. And let's give our monster a funny mouth with a tongue. All right, so here we're given the 2 parts, and we need to figure out what it makes. So you're given a 5 and a 2. So let's think about adding those parts together. We have 5, we have 2. When we put it together, it makes 7. All right, so there is his tongue, and let's give him a soccer ball, and that will be our last thing we add to, or actually, yeah, let's give him a soccer ball. So let's see. Here we have 2 parts of 3 and 5, and let's think about what they make when we put those parts together. So you can use counters or your fingers to help you. So I'm going to use my fingers. Here I have 3 to represent the number 3, and then the other number was 5. So I'm going to add my other hand of 5. So when I count my 5 and my 3, here's 5, 6, 7, and 8. So our answer would be 8. And now he's got a soccer ball and some soccer shoes. So remember, when you're working with missing addends, it is very similar to number bonds. You've got 2 parts, and when you add them together, they're going to make a whole, okay? So you will be doing some practice with this week, and you've done some already. And I hope that this helps you, and I hope you had fun playing the game. See you next time. Bye.